Hey, good morning, PCOS fighters. This is John Gibson, your PCOS weight loss expert, and I want to come in and share some more information with you today. It's just past the new year, and this is the time of year when everyone wants to get into meeting their goals and setting new resolutions and really working towards those things. And gym memberships are going through the roof right now. Gyms are loving this time of year because now they can go in and they can assign hundreds of people up in the month. And then basically what gyms do, literally, this is where they prepare themselves for the rest of the year. They get everyone signed up now. That's why gyms basically, most gyms have contracts where if you sign up now, you're stuck in it for a year, because they know that most people are not going to show up. If a gym really, if they serviced every single one of their members, if every single one of their members showed up to the gym once per day, they would go out of business because they would not have the room to handle everyone. They wouldn't, the gyms would just be overflowing, but that's how they stay open, is they expect to sign a lot of people up and people not show up. And that's what I want to change. Okay. I want to make this change for you this year. I want 2020 to be your year where you reach your goals, you succeed long-term. You get to the point where I actually just saw a former client of mine, name's Lisa, and she lost a lot of weight with me about 5 or 6 years ago. She reached her goal. Since then, she's had some bigger goals that she wanted in fitness. And this year she actually posted and she said, it's like, this is the first year where I don't have like a goal of something to do with my health and my body, because it's just a part of who she is. And that's what I want to happen for you, that you can have that experience. But PCOS can kind of throw something in there. So I want to kind of share a story with you really quick. And then I want to get into 3 things you can do to track your progress with PCOS. Okay. So right now I'm working with a woman named Kara, and she is doing phenomenal in the program at the moment. She's doing everything I ask her to do. She shows up for every coaching call that I have with her, where unfortunately a lot of people don't show up to the coaching calls. She is emailing me probably 3 or 4 times a week, giving me an update, letting me know how she's feeling, what's going on. She's doing amazing. Her results are great. We're loving them. But here's the interesting thing. Okay. Now, I guess before I get into the interesting thing, let me kind of share this really quick with you. So what are her goals? When she came to me, her goal was not to be a certain number on the scale necessarily. A lot of times that's what we do. We say, well, my goal is I want to weigh a certain amount, or I want to lose a certain amount of weight. And so when I hear that, I always ask people and say, well, talk to me about why. Why is that important? And they'll say, well, I want to have more confidence. I want to feel better. I want to, I want to fit into different clothes. I want to improve my PCOS symptoms. I want to potentially have children, and hoping that losing weight will help me do that. And all of these goals are not necessarily related to the number on the scale. And I always ask people this. I say, okay, let's imagine for a second you lost 50 pounds. Okay. And with that 50-pound weight loss, your energy stayed the same, your confidence stayed the same, your relationships with other people stayed the same, your size stayed the same, your PCOS symptoms stayed the same, your fertility stayed the same, all these things. Would you be happy with that 50-pound weight loss? And everyone's like, no, I wouldn't. I go, okay, well, how about this? If you were to lose, let's say 3, 4, 5 pant sizes or dress sizes, if you were to improve your confidence, if you were to improve your PCOS symptoms, if you were to improve your relationship, if you were to have more energy, if you were to, all those things that people tend to want, but you didn't lose very much weight, would you be okay with that? And most people kind of hesitate and they go, ugh, just because in our mind, we attach weight to those things, right? But, think for yourself. If you were to reach all of your goals, but the weight either stayed the same or you lost a little bit, not as much as you were expecting, would you be okay with that? Okay. Now, if in your mind you're saying to yourself, no, I would not, I need to be that number on the scale, you're going to have a hard time succeeding long-term. I'm just going to be blunt and be honest with you. You're going to have a hard time succeeding long-term. But if you're in your mind, you're like, my goal is to lose 50 pounds because of all these other things that I want, right? But, if I lost 20 pounds and achieved all those things, that'd be great. If I were to fit into a certain size clothing, that would be great. If I were to look and feel a different way, that'd be great. If I had the confidence, the energy, all the other things that we attribute to it, if I had all those things, I would be happy with that. Then, okay, then we've got some good things for you. Okay. Now, here's what's happened with Kara. Kara has lost more than 10 inches off her waist. Okay. Think about that for a second. In 3 months, she's lost more than 10 inches off her waist. Okay. Right. Literally, you get a tape measure, come out, there's 10 inches gone. Her pant sizes dropped 4 pant sizes. She sent me an email last week and she's like, I'm fitting into clothes that the last time I fit into these, I had to weigh in the 180s. I think she said 180 pounds. It's like when I was 180 pounds, I fit in these clothes before, and they're fitting. They're a little tight. They're not to the point where I'm comfortable wearing them, or if I bend over, I may break some seams and things like that, but I fit into them. So she's excited by that, right? She's almost to the point where she can wear those clothes, walk around, do everything, right? Okay. Now, if we look at those results, what do we say? We say, awesome job, right? Kara, you're killing it. You're doing amazing. You've lost 10 inches. You're fitting into 4 sizes smaller. She actually explains things. She goes, now, instead of walking with my head down, looking down at my feet, she goes, I walk with my head up and my chest up. I'm looking around at people. I'm looking people in the eye. So her confidence is better. Okay. Her PCOS symptoms, I won't get into all of her symptoms because those are personal to her, but they're getting better, right? Okay. We have everything she's wanted is getting closer to where she wanted to be. Now, I hesitate to share her weight because no one will believe me. Okay. She's still shocked by it, but no one will believe me. Okay. But the fact of the matter is this: over those 3 months where she's gotten closer to her goal, she's gained 5 pounds. Now, again, I won't share the number, but I'll say that she is significantly more weight than the 180 pounds she needs to be, that she felt she needed to be to fit into that. Okay? We're talking several tens of pounds. Okay? No one will believe me if I share the number, for one. And two, again, that's personal to her. But she's not at the weight she feels or she thought she needed to be. So again, she's meeting all of her goals except for the weight goal. Now, I know some people are going to look in their mind and go, oh, I couldn't handle that. She eventually will lose the weight. The weight's going to come off. Okay. Why do people with PCOS, struggle to lose weight? And again, I'm going to emphasize weight because PCOS causes you to retain some water. PCOS causes some other things to happen where water retention, you can put on more muscle, but if you're thinking that, you've lost 40 pounds of fat and gained 40 pounds of muscle in 3 months, no, that does not happen. You would be an absolute freak of nature. You would be the Hulk if that happened, okay? It does not physically happen to anyone. No man, no woman can gain 40 pounds of muscle in 3 months without some sort of, I don't think anyone can do it even with steroids or things like that, okay? It just doesn't happen. Right? She's holding on to water. Eventually, she's going to lose that water. Okay, my promise to her, and I'll share this with you when it happens, but at some point in her weight loss progress or weight loss program, eventually she is going to lose like 10 pounds in a week or two. And just losing water weight, that's what's going to happen. Okay? Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to everybody, right? Because her body will finally eventually get rid of that water. And there's theories about why and everything, and I've talked about that before, and I'll talk about it in the future. But today I want to talk about some different things, okay? With PCOS, if you really want to track your progress, you've got to stop worrying so much about the scale. Yes, use the scale. That's fine. I have her weigh herself. She gets on the scale. She laughs because she's like, I'm still the same weight. She fluctuates up and down like 3 pounds or so. She's like, I'm still the same weight, But she doesn't stop there. Because in the past, I've had people where they would get on the scale. If the scale didn't move the way they were hoping, they would not get any other measurements. They would say, forget it. I'm not going to get circumference measurements. I'm not going to worry about anything else. All I care about is that scale. And they would fail. They would not be able to succeed long term because they would give up on their goals because they feel like they're not seeing progress towards those goals. Well, what she does is she gets on the scale. Scale doesn't move. She gets her circumference measurements. Well, guess what? She loses another inch on her waist. Almost every single week she submits her measurement, she loses another inch off her waist. Okay? She's getting close to that goal. So here's what I want you to do. Number one is look at your real goal. Okay? Stop looking at the scale because I don't know anyone whose real goal is the scale. Again, going back to my previous statement, if your energy stayed the same, your confidence stayed the same, your relationships, everything, energy, all that, if it all stayed the same, but you lost weight, would you be happy? Right? No, I don't know anyone who comes to me and says, yes, I'd be happy to lose 50 pounds and nothing else improve in my life. My size stay the same, my energy, my fitness level. I would not be happy with that. I don't know anyone that would, right? So look at your real goal. What is your real goal? Why do you want to lose that weight? Is it so that you can have better health? Is it so you can have more energy? Is it so you can have more confidence? Is it so you can fit into different clothes? You don't have to buy at the plus size store anymore. You can go to the normal stores, right? Look at your goals. And once you know what your real goal is, start tracking that goal. And the analogy I want to give with that is kind of like this. Imagine for a second your goal is to make more money. Maybe you want to go on a trip, so you want to save up some money for that trip, right? So you've got to make more money. Well, a lot of times what we do is we track our time and say, well, you know, if I just work longer hours, right? If you're paid by the hour, then yes, this would work, right? But a lot of companies that do that will limit your time. But let's say you're on a salary and you're like, well, okay, if I just work more hours, then I'll make more money. Not necessarily, right? It doesn't matter if you're on a salary, it doesn't matter how many hours you work, you're going to get paid the same. Well, what if you did this? Well, how about this? What if I became more efficient at working? Then maybe I could ask for a job and that could give me the money, right? There's other things that can affect the amount of money we make, not just working more time, okay? And the same type of thing, if we're focusing on the scale, if our whole goal is to get that scale to go down, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to reach our other goals. And especially with PCOS, you may not lose weight even though you're still seeing progress. So focus on what your real goal is and track that versus tracking just the scale, okay? Number 2 is we need to track your real progress, okay? So as I just mentioned that a second ago, we want to track your goal, track progress towards your real goals. If you want more confidence, track your confidence, right? If your goal is to fit into smaller size clothing, track your clothing sizes. If your goal is to lose inches on your waist, track your waist measurements, right? If your goal is to have more energy, track your energy. Track the real things that you're going for. Eventually the scale will get there as long as you're doing the right things. But it may not happen every single week. Kara is a great example of this. And once she finally gets to her end goal, I'll share her whole story so you guys can see what's happening. I'll actually bring her on and have her talk about her story and everything. Okay. Now, the third thing we need to do. Okay. Again, the first thing is find out what your real goal is, because the number on the scale is not your real goal. It never is. Okay. Number 2 is actually track the real progress. Now, number 3 is instead of just tracking progress, we need to track behaviors. How are you doing on your behaviors? Because again, you cannot force yourself to lose so many inches, right? You can't just say to your waist, shrink now, boom, now your waist shrinks, right? Or waist in a week, I want you smaller. It doesn't happen. What you do will get you there, right? So you need to track your behaviors. How are you doing on your workouts? What's the quality of your workouts? How could you improve your workouts? How are you doing on your diet? Again, what's the quality of your diet? How could you improve things? And every day track those things. And then every day see if you can do 1% better. You don't have to overhaul everything, but how can you do a little bit better every single day? Let me give you an example of something that me and my wife are starting to do. And this actually may turn into an entirely different video at some point, but I need to hold myself accountable to someone. And so I've asked my wife and I said, hey, can I come to you each night and give you kind of an accounting of my day so that you can hold me accountable, or I can be accountable to you for for what I'm doing? And my goal right now is to be more focused on what I'm doing. So during the day, not letting distractions get in the way and pull me away from different things, but so I can be focused on what I'm doing right now, right? And so what I do is I go to her and I don't say, yes, I was focused, I'm more focused. I go to her and say, okay, here's specific behaviors that I have. Number 1, how did I shut my phone off, or at least put blockers on my phone when I was doing something that didn't require my phone? When I was on the internet, did I block things out? You know, when I went to certain distracting things. So sometimes I have to go to Facebook, and it's really easy to go to Facebook and get lost in your news feed instead of going and doing what I need to. There's been several times where I get on Facebook and I'm like, okay, I need to go and send a message to a client. Log into Facebook. And 30 minutes later, I'm going, why am I here again? And then I'll go back to working on something else, and all of a sudden I'll go, oh, I'm supposed to send that message. And I go back and I'll try to send that message. And sometimes I'll actually get back and I'll get lost again, right? So how am I taking care of that? And so what I do every single night is I've got 7 different things, and I say, okay, number 1, she'll ask me a question. How did you do on this? And I'll give her a number on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, I was about 7 on that one. Okay. Well, and then right away, well, what can you do tomorrow to make that one better? Okay. And then she and I brainstorm some ideas, right? Does that make sense? Okay, we keep going through all these different things. So track your own behavior, track your workouts. Again, not just did I do my workout, what was the quality of your workout? What can you do the next time to make that workout better? Okay, tracking the way you're eating. What is the quality of the way you're eating? How can you make it better? Not judging yourself, not beating yourself up, not saying I'm a horrible person because I wasn't perfect, but say, okay, here's what I did on a scale of 1 to 10. How good was that? Okay, how can I make it closer to a 10? And a 10 would be, pretty much perfection. I will never tell my wife that I was a 10 on anything. I will tell her I'm a 9. If I feel like I did an amazing job, I'm a 9. how can I do better tomorrow, right? Until, I don't know, maybe I'll hit perfection. I don't know. I doubt I will, right? Okay. Hope this makes sense. So if you have PCOS, the scale is going to be your worst enemy. You can see progress without worrying about the scale. The only reason why I talk to people who are interested in how to lose weight and things like that, the only reason why I talk about the scale is because that's a tool that we all understand. But with PCOS, it is completely skewed. So stop worrying about it, okay? Focus on your real goal, track progress towards your real goal, and make sure you're also tracking your behaviors. And if you're doing those things, you will succeed in the year of 2020. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you learned something new. I hope you're getting some new ideas and things to be able to succeed. And let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you all later. Hey there, I hope you liked this video, and I hope you got something from it, something you can go and apply today. And if you did, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like this video. And more importantly, go ahead and share it with your friends so that they can get the same benefit that you have. Thanks for watching, and I've got more to share with you in the coming weeks.